Get
Are we pretending
ready.
we've got
I'm on my way from misery to happiness. Why am I singing?
Hello and welcome to this Monday's edition of Movie News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I don't know why you are singing the Proclaimers, John, but there's never a wrong time to sing the boys from Auchtermuchty. That's where they're from, Hibs fans, Sunshine and Leaf and all that. Terrific guys, but we're not here to talk about the Proclaimers. We're here to talk about movie news and television news. It's movie burner entertainment. That's why we call ourselves that. And we're talking about Colin Farrell. He reveals the extent of Penquin. I deliberately said that. Role in the Batman movie, the Penguin. That's of course the Penguin. Colin Farrell reveals he will appear. You'd have to have seen that episode of
Penguin.
Obviously.
And the Penguin.
What's it called? Graham Norton.
Yes.
With
Benedict
Cumberbatch, who can't pronounce penguin. But
such
Colin,
a simple word for a man who was Eton educated, one of the most esteemed schools in the whole of the United Kingdom and in the world, indeed,
John,
Steve.
the worst part about it was he was a voice. He did voice work on the actual Madagascar penguins, didn't he?
Yep, that's why it was so funny, Steve, because they got him in to speak about penguins and he couldn't even fucking say penguin. And I'm sure there was a moment during the middle of it where there was sheer panic erupting from. Because Stephen, when I can't say a word, and I've been there, I'll tell you, I've been there. There was a point a couple of years ago I couldn't say the word text.
John, Hang about for Article 4 and 5 for tonight's show, and you'll see me having a mental breakdown with some pronunciations. But before that, we are talking about Colin Farrell. He reveals he will appear as Oswald Cobblepot Penguin for only about 9 minutes in the upcoming Batman movie from Matt Reeves. Now, this is coming in from Screen Rant, John, and I'll just read a little bit about it in his quote as well. During an appearance on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, what's going on there, then? For a podcast, Colin Farrell talked to host Josh Horowitz about the extent of his role in the upcoming Batman movie. The actor revealed he's only in the film for 5 or 6 scenes for a total of about 9 minutes of screen time. He joked that he's excited to see the finished film because it won't be ruined by his presence, and this is what he had to say. I'm all in it for 5 or 6 scenes, so I can't wait to see the film because it won't be ruined by my presence. It's a freebie for me. I get a little bit uncomfortable for the fucking 9 minutes I have and the rest I cannot wait to see how he brought this world to life, because the sets were extraordinary, the production design was extraordinary, and his use of music and sounds will be extraordinary. And as you said, you said the cast, all of them from Robert to Zoe. Now, John, Zoe.
All right, Zoe.
You do make a good point there, John, and obviously you picked out something there from Colin Farrell. Kind of confirms that the Penguin is not going to be the main villain in this. But
I think that was clear, Stephen.
John, it's a seed planter, isn't it?
Yeah, Stephen, I think it was clear that the Penguin wasn't the main villain in this, and I'm going to be watching very carefully the way I pronounce Penguin now, because I've kind of made my statement by slagging off Benedict, a great orator, very eloquent man, by slagging off his pronunciation of Pengling, as he would call it. So if I'm going to say Penguin a lot in the next minute or so, then I better get it fucking pitch perfect in the pronunciation. But Stephen, I think it was clear that the Penguin wasn't the main villain in this. When you watch the first trailer, it's a Riddler. It's Paul Dano. He's pulling the strings like a puppet master extraordinaire, handing out with duct tape, which I'm glad about. Incidentally, we'll get into that as well, Stephen. I'm sure we'll get into it right fucking now. Actually, I'll go split screen. I'm fucking delighted that it isn't this green question mark suit or the sort of onesie, spandex onesie leotard that Jim Carrey was running about with in the mid-90s. Yeah, I love Jim Carrey. I enjoy the Riddler character. We've seen that in, obviously, Gotham. Yeah, Edward Nigma. Yeah, he's a great character, but that was a fucking bastardation of a character, Stephen, and it should never ever see the light of day again. I actually watch a person called A-Tray on Twitch. She's a big geek fan, and she does her own geek news at times during live streams, and she brought that up when it got announced, confirmed that it was going to be duct tape Riddler we were getting in this movie, and I says on her stream, I'm over the moon. Yeah, that fucking green question mark suit was destroyed by Batman and Robin. It mustn't see the day again, the light of day again, so I'm glad it's duct tape. It's a little bit more sinister, menacing, Stephen, so I enjoy that. It gives me vibes of Dead by Daylight, a game I'm absolutely obsessed about just now. But Stephen, I think it was clear from that trailer that it was the Riddler, it was the main man. He was pulling the strings. He was almost like a phantom menace. He was taunting Batman, Bruce Wayne. And I think I get the sense he knows who Bruce Wayne is. He's completely aware of his alias. Because he's taunting him and picking fun at him. You're hanging around with these guys, in a sense. The Penguin, Carmine Falcone, because you've seen it, Stephen, in the actual behind the scenes shot. Yeah. Zoe Kravitz, obviously Catwoman, Selena Kyle, they're walking down out the steps of this cathedral with Carmine Falcone and Penguin, so he's hanging about with him and when he's Bruce Wayne, so he's almost poking fun at him. I can't recall the actual riddle he asked him, but he pokes fun at him anyway. So I think it was clear from that trailer that the Riddler's the villain. Yeah, Stephen, I'm glad with that anyway, because as much as I love Colin Farrell, he is a little bit oversaturated, and look, that wouldn't be an issue because it doesn't look like him. It looks like someone completely different. Yeah. But Paul Dano's tremendous, man. Every movie I've seen this guy in, he is unreal. He deserves his break as a big role in a big role like this. Well. You spoke about, and you reviewed the one I did with Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, such a skill. I did the one about Brian Wilson, which I thought was fantastic. I always knew he was a great actor anyway, but seeing him doing a different range, of portrayals is fantastic, and when I saw he was cast for this as well, John, I was very excited. Now, 9 minutes for Penguin. John, Darth Vader in A New Hope had 8 minutes and 6 seconds, so that's less time than what Penguin's getting. Overall, Darth Vader, just using this character as an example, for his presence in that trilogy, John,
a total 34 minutes in the original Star Wars trilogy. 34 minutes.
What
It's an
one
episode
of the
of
most iconic
a
villains.
sitcom. Yeah, exactly. You know,
Even Anthony Hopkins, Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah.
I think famously had 8 minutes, maybe 9 minutes of footage in the entire movie.
it's what they do, it counts.
It's what they do, it counts.
In
And
that
you
time.
have a brilliance of
Yeah.
an Anthony Hopkins, double Oscar winner, I believe, doing the 9 minutes of acting as that sinister figure, Hannibal Lecter. Magic happens. And Stephen, it'll be the same here, I'm absolutely certain, with
Yep.
Colin Farrell. I know he's a good actor because I've been watching him for my entire life, pretty much. And I know what he can do. I've seen it with his sort of, what do you call it again? There's a name for it in the Harry Potter world. Where they
Asking the wrong person,
transform,
John.
I think
Yeah.
they take a polyjuice potion or something like that,
Transmogrify.
and they actually transform into another person. Well, it was actually your man Gellert Grindelwald who actually transformed into an
Okay.
aura, which was Colin Farrell. But we've seen it in his performance. He was kind of playing a sinister figure, masquerading as something different. I know what he can do, Steve. I've seen
Yeah.
him in multiple other things. In Bruges, I think it was your man, I forget his name. Why am I blanking on his name? The guy that did 7 Cycles, was it? Well, he
Yeah,
worked with
yeah.
Brendan Gleeson in
Mm.
Bruges. Fucking incredible actor, that's what I'm saying.
John, even in
So I
bad
know he can
films,
do it.
he's not the problem.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
never the
Total
problem.
Recall remake, he was good. The film's mince. Phone Booth, rubbish. Well, in my opinion,
I remember
he
that
was
movie,
good.
yeah.
I mean, he does carry that sort of presence in
He's
films.
got charisma, Steve.
Yeah, definitely.
charisma.
It was in the one with Tom Cruise, Minority Report, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic in that.
Stephen, he's a great actor, and look, the 9 minutes won't be an issue. The character will do what it has to do for the story. Ultimately, we don't want the likes of Matt Reeves forcing this character
No.
to have more screen time just because it's a big presence, a big character like a big actor like Colin Farrell. I find it quite uplifting that he's just got the 9 minutes or the 8 minutes and
Yep.
whatever he's got, because that means he's fulfilling the role that Matt Reeves
Yeah.
envisages for the character, and
Going
he's not
forward,
going over. He's not going to overshadow. He
Going forward,
may
John.
have a bigger role moving on, Stephen.
Yeah.
But I think it's the Riddler's movie as
Yep.
a villain. There was a concern with too many villains in this movie. Carmine Falcone, fledgling Catwoman, Penguin.
I don't think they're
The
going to do that a
Riddler.
lot though, John.
So I think they'll handle it well, Stephen.
Yeah.
No, this is a different Gotham to what we've seen before. It's a sort of a youthful Gotham.
Yeah.
Batman's a couple of years into his stint as the Cape Crusader. These characters are just getting to know each other, so I think it's going to be very interesting. The fact it is a detective heavy movie, they're looking at the detective side of the character, I think Matt Reeves says, stands to reason that the Riddler, being a riddling freak, a guy who likes to play with the brain, use cerebral villainry, if you like, he's a bit like the Joker. He's not for the physicality, he's a cerebral villain. That's going to test his detective
seen
sleuthy
that,
side.
it was a very limited trailer we got to see. I'm sure we'll get a full trailer nearer the time, but what we did get, John, it reminded me of one of the Monster of the Week characters from the X-Files series. That sort of mysterious, organic, and I think that's why the likes of Chris Nolan try to avoid those characters, because of the portrayal in those leotards, John, as you mentioned, and Nolan tried to keep it as gritty and real as possible, so he picked the villains that would suit his world. He could have went down this road. I'm glad Matt Reeves is taking that plunge and not going for the traditional green question mark suit. I think it's a brave decision to make, but I think it's the right decision to make in this day and age, to have a believable villain.
And Stephen, again, it's the beginning of his story.
Yeah.
We don't know where this Riddler is in his development.
True. Yeah.
He might have just started doing his riddling thing, and he's put up this makeshift costume. He may survive this movie and actually end up in the famous costume at some point in the trilogy. I hope not, personally, as I says. It's a disgrace, that costume. I don't want to fucking see it. I'm all for comic book accurate outfits, but not that one. No. Stephen, I like what he says though, the fact that this goes back to what other actors have said, that they don't like watching themselves. I've watched a lot of Harry Potter. Actors speak about their time. Some of them I've never went back and watched it. Like Rupert Grint, never watched it. Your man Tom Felton just recently started watching the first one, and he reacted to it. People reacted to it while he was watching it. So I like the fact that he's the same. He's not wanting to watch a movie if he's in it in huge chunks. In fact, he's only in it for 9 minutes. He can actually enjoy it.
Mark Hamill said that about Rogue One. He says this is the only one I'm going to enjoy because I'm not in it. I think that's his favourite. And so you can understand that. A lot of actors don't like to watch themselves.
Nice to see. Stephen, I can't wait for this movie regardless, man. I cannot wait to see this very different looking Colin Farrell. I can't even fucking speak. Colin Farrell, not Corin. It's not Corin Bailey. Colin Farrell. Who is Corin Bailey, incidentally? That name rings a bell.
As a singer,
Yeah. Colin Farrell. It's a different looking version. Different looking Penguin. It's not Danny DeVito with his little umbrella twirling shit about and stuff like that. It was good. It was. It's just, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be tremendous.
Your man from Gotham as well, John, I thought it was great. He played the Penguin as well. Great actor.
What one was that, sorry?
In Gotham.
Oh, Gotham. Yeah. That
Can't remember the chap's name.
Double barrel name, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, I've not
He
seen
was
it in a
good.
while. I'm blanking on his name, but he was tremendous. He was the best thing in the whole TV show.
I thought so, yeah.
When you've got your man Ben...
Now, John, we've been stuck with this chat before. I'm going to look that up just now because I need to get it out of my system.
The guy who plays...
Because I'm always about to say Ben Foster, who is another actor. Totally doesn't even look like him.
He plays Gordon, obviously.
Well, what I can do is I can actually bring it up now, John. If
when
more people in our live chat, they could help us out here.
Yeah, what I'm suggesting is...
Ben McKenzie.
He's not the most talented actor.
No, he's not.
He's alright. He's a little
He's
bit
voiced
wooden.
Batman, actually.
His sidekick was probably better. The beardy sidekick.
Yeah, Donald Logue, he's good. I like him.
He was good. You needed a big personality.
Robin Lord Taylor, fucking
brilliant.
Yeah,
tremendous.
Great,
For me, one of the definitive performances as that. So Colin Farrell's got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Literally, because his shoes were curling up. He's not that tall. Robin Lord Taylor. He's like 5'6" or something. So look, I'm looking fucking forward to it. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait to see this movie. I have been looking forward to it since the very day that Matt Reeves posted up that social media post with the very first edition of Batman. I think it was a 50th anniversary or something, or 70th anniversary. I don't know what it was. That told me right away, this guy understands this character, he understands the source material. He gets it like Ben Affleck got it. Ben Affleck didn't get the chance to realise his vision for the character. Apparently a very good script. This guy's going to get to see his vision. So, look man, we've not had enough Batman movies since Nolan. We've not had anywhere near enough Superman movies. Long may they start coming.
We've only had one. I don't count Batman v Superman or Justice League. They're not standalone Superman films, so we've had one in...
I've not had any Batman, really.
So many years, yeah. Well, exactly.
And thankfully Affleck's getting to reprise it and potentially be a big figure in Flashpoint. So,
John, actually, just talking about Flash movie as well, there was photos leaked over the weekend, I think, of Michael Keaton's Batmobile and suit, I think. Mm-hmm. That's exciting as well. Can't wait. I don't know how much that's going to play into that
as well of Indiana Jones 5. It was your Phoebe Waller-Bridge 60s outfit, so that confirms it is the 60s.
Yeah, Man in the Moon, John. Yeah, I did see the shots from Glasgow where we are based.
Looks like that leaked script is actually on the money, Stephen. It's a sort of space race. There's Nazis infiltrated into the actual American country.
John, system. You did predict that though. You did suggest that might be the plot of this film.
Yeah, there's someone apparently leaked it. They get the information, Stephen. This movie's very fucking leaky. Really leaky. We're getting lots of behind the scenes things.
Getting a lot of cast announcements as well, John.
Yeah.
And that's...
Yes, we'll get into that.
That'll just transition into our next topic.
Yes.
Because we're talking about Indiana Jones 5. Thanks to you. Cast Antonio Banderas, John, in a mystery role. Indiana Jones 5
Antonio's having a bit of renaissance, incidentally.
Yeah, I'm glad as well, John.
Bit of a renaissance.
Back to Desperado days, an amazing actor. Indiana Jones 5 has added another star to its cast with Antonio Banderas, who will play an as yet unknown character in the highly anticipated sequel. John, we've already talked about some cast appointments to this project as well.
Yes.
A film that we weren't too excited about, but then they cast Mads Mikkelsen in this thing.
Yes.
And you've already got Boyd Holbrook, Sinead Renee Wilson, Toby Jones, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, as you mentioned, Thomas Kretschmann as well.
Thomas Kretschmann's amazing, and he plays Nazi Stephen. Generally, he played it in The Pianist. Played it in Stalingrad.
My money's on him doing it again.
Thank you. Plays him very well. I don't know what that says about Thomas Kretschmann.
Yeah, this coming in from Screen Rant, John. Banderas is joining the world of Indiana Jones, according to a report from Deadline. The star has finalised a deal to appear in Indiana Jones 5. His character and the role he'll play in the overall story of the film has yet to be revealed, but with the addition of Banderas, an all-star cast just got even more impressive, building even greater expectations for Indiana Jones 5. John, I don't think it matters who the cast in this film. It's another Indiana Jones film.
Yeah.
The expectations cannot get any greater. It's almost Star Wars-esque franchise in terms of the next release, when it's coming, and because there's been such a long wait, 14 years since the last one. So this one I'm more excited about than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. What about yourself, John? Antonio Banderas, you're a fan of his?
Well, I'm just furiously looking. I'm pretty damn sure he was getting buzz from a movie a couple of years ago, within the last year or so. But I'm looking at his last couple of projects, and it's a hitman's wife's bodyguard. It's not doing great. It's an average release. Doolittle was fucking terrible. That was that Robert Downey Jr. movie. First appearance after obviously that heroic sacrifice from Tony Stark. Incidentally, I watched a video of that yesterday. Unreal. What a moment, Stephen. Just
the Endgame scene.
Endgame. When Doctor Strange does that.
I
am inevitable, and I I'm Iron Man. What a fucking want for that guy. Stephen, I maintain he deserved an Oscar nomination for his ensemble performance across that 10 years, but that's another day. That's another story. I don't know what the movie was. There was a movie within the last couple of years he was getting buzz. It may have been Pain and Glory from 2019. I'm not sure. But needless to say, he's been doing a lot of stuff in the last 10 years or so. He's kind of slipped under the radar for me, Stephen. He was a huge name in the 90s. What was it? What was that movie called? I'll need to bring it up. I've got his IMDb. There was a sort of fighting movie from the very early 2000s, and I absolutely loved the film.
Early 2000s. I'm not sure.
I loved the film, man.
He did,
it was probably terrible.
He did the voice for the cat and Shrek, didn't he?
What is that? 13th Warrior. It's probably a terrible movie now, but I really enjoyed that film. I thought it was brilliant. So I'm glad to see he's getting roles again, big roles that are bringing him back into prominence, because he's a great guy, man. He seems dead down to earth.
Did he appear in Expendables, any of the Expendables films?
He may have, Stephen.
He's the kind of actor that would fit into that sort of category, isn't he?
I'll have a little look just now and see.
You know, the likes of your Jason Statham's and your Mel Gibson's, your Harrison Fords.
He was kind of doing action stuff for a large part.
I could be wrong.
No, he was in the Expendables 3. The Expendables 3. It doesn't make sense, Stephen. You're right. Steve, I'm just glad he's been cast. I don't know what his role is. I was trying to scratch my head furiously to try and conjure something up about what he could have been playing in this movie, and nothing's really coming to me. A kind of United States 1960s space race movie with Nazis infiltrating, Operation Paperclip, obviously famous.
Unless he's like a traitor or something.
Yeah, maybe a traitor, or it may actually be an old psychic. We are getting flashbacks to World War II, so it's possible he's maybe popping up in that. And it's a small role. He's maybe having a huge influence in that moment. I don't know how it'll work. Maybe he could be staying. Like, we've got a lot of fucking Latinos, Mexican people in that part of the United States down there, man. Wherever they're shooting, I don't know where they're shooting. I think it's going to be all over the place.
Renfield Street.
Renfield Street. But we've got a lot of Latinos here in Glasgow as well. That's why we've got Barbarito and stuff like that over here, and fucking love their food, incidentally. So really, he could be playing anybody, man. Matt, I'm just glad to see he's in it. And as Stephen, as you did say, just glad to see that he is joining an ensemble cast, what the fuck am I saying? Cast that is getting more and more impressive every time I look at it, as you rhymed them off. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Thomas Kretschmann, Mads Mikkelsen, the great Harrison Ford, now Antonio Banderas. Do you see Janelle Monáe?
Yeah, do you think Mikkelsen will be playing a Nazi, John?
Yeah 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for that, Ven Starlord. Thank you very much.
Absolutely playing a Nazi, Stephen. And look, that'll be strange to him because he is Danish, and the Danish, I don't think, were for the Nazis in World War II. And I don't think anybody was for the fucking Nazis, really, apart from the Nazis, in World War II. Let's be honest, not even the Germans were for them. So it'll be interesting to see him playing that. I don't know if he can speak German. I presume he can, because he's just a tour de force. What a guy.
Yeah. What a guy.
What a guy, yeah.
Ace Rimmer. If anyone's a Red Dwarf fan, what a guy. John, I watched that clip. You know the one he's surfboarding the alligator off the plane?
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. Do you meet the chance to meet him, man? He was at a Comic-Con here.
Yeah, I know.
Is it a Comic-Con?
Chris Barry,
We had a chance to meet him. We had a chance to meet your man as well from Millennium.
Lance Henriksen, John,
fucking aliens.
I regret that. That's up there with my big regrets. I'm not going to see Bob Dylan in 2000 as well.
We actually went to see a Celtic game, Stephen, and it was shite. If I remember correctly, we should have went.
Yeah, Mads. Not Mads. Lance
Henriksen.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Oh, telling you.
So, Stephen, what I'm saying is,
he'll never come back to Scotland.
Yeah, no, he won't. And neither will Bob Dylan. He's just living out the rest of his life in Las Vegas. He's doing what Elvis did in the 70s now, but he's in his 70s.
Less the peanut butter sandwiches,
It's the peanut butter sandwiches. Hopefully he doesn't die in a toilet seat. That'd be shite for a guy of his standing. What a life he's had. Stephen, really looking forward to this. Great cast. It's James Mangold. There's a lot of naysayers, a lot of detractors online taking pot shots at this movie. And it's completely unfounded. As James Mangold says on social media.
Why, because if it flops, then they'll be told you so.
They want to be the first people to get it right. But Mangold came out and says, look, give us fucking time. Give us a bit of trust. We love this. We want to get it back to what it was. It's the first time I think Spielberg's not been involved, so it is a big risk. But I personally trust Mangold with this franchise more than Spielberg now, because Spielberg did the last one and I thought it was terrible. But that's probably just because he put someone like Shia LaBeouf in and kind of centred the movie around him instead of Harrison. They tried to pass the baton, that didn't work. So I'm glad Mangold's involved. I love this guy. I love his movies. loving the cast he's assembling. The writers are all there, and it isn't fucking John Kasdan. Incidentally, there's a lot of people saying John Kasdan's involved.
Right,
He was involved in the Star Wars movies. Look, it's all identity politics again. Well, you're fucking wrong, it isn't. So get that up you. I just hope this movie's a success, Stephen, to get it right round all those little whiny bitches like the Crickle Drinker and stuff like that. Who I really like, incidentally.
Yeah, I like him as well,
I don't put him in the same category as...
he's a bit butthurt these days. I don't know why.
He's a little bit... Yeah.
Down in the dumps. But John, we're going to move on.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, I like him. He's very funny. He is a very funny guy.
Carved out a good niche.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
niche, as some people like to say.
Definitely has, John. He's making waves over in the US just now. I know that Robert Meyer Burnett is a fan of his. And
he's a very eloquent guy.
I can understand why. Yeah, definitely. But we're going to talk about our next topic, John. It's all about the Shat.
you see what I did with the topic earlier?
Yeah, the Shat wants to be in Guardians. Yeah,
the Shat. You don't call him William Shatner now.
No,
He's the Shat.
Yeah, that's it. William Shatner wants to be in
Shat.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, according to Screen Rant. Well, not according to them, they're reporting on it. When asked if he would join Guardians for the third instalment, Star Trek actor William Shatner exclaimed, "I've guarded the galaxy many times." That's a total Shatner response, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in an interview with Express, this is where it's coming from.
Groot's father.
The voice worker. He's too good for that.
Do a backstory of the Groot.
Shatner revealed he is more than willing to play a role in the third Guardians of the Galaxy film. While discussing senior moment, Shatner teased the possibility of rejoining the Starship just above Groot.
Oh, just above Groot, of a wee by it.
Teased the possibility of rejoining the Starship Enterprise again, as long as it was something worthy, before going on to say he'd love for Tarantino to direct Star Trek. I do remember that. When asked about any interest in joining Star-Lord and Gamora in the stars, Shatner explained, "Yeah, I've guarded the galaxy many times."
He's not wrong, Stephen, he has.
Yeah, John.
Against the Ferengi and the Klingons.
There's two people I do want to see.
Is the Klingons in the original? I don't know. Probably not.
There is two people I do want to see involved in this next one. Well, three. I want Stallone. I want him back in there because
he was good.
Brief in that second volume. Is Mark Hamill and William Shatner, because of this online thing that's been going on. I don't know if it's still going on, John. I don't know, but how uncomfortable Mark Hamill is with William Shatner's online feud. He's not really aware of the feud, but there is a feud going on. I think William Shatner's trying to start something, but he's such a... I know he's up there.
I was talking about him today. I love this stage of life he's at, where he just does not give a fuck about anything. He just opens his mouth in social media, people come at him. He just bugger off, man. I'll say what I want and you're not going to do anything about it. Stephen's been an absolute I wouldn't say superstar, that's maybe buttoning up a little bit too much. He's been a presence in Hollywood for now on 50 years now. Started off
longer, probably
60 years. He was doing stuff before Star Trek, let's be honest, with his wig. And then he went on to do Star Trek, also James Tiberius Kirk.
Yep. Incredible
role. I love Star Trek, as I've said before, I grew up watching Star Trek. My uncle was a big fan of it, as you know, Stephen.
Yep.
My father and me used to watch Next Generation, but then I went into the old trilogy, not trilogy, but it was a trilogy of seasons, it was 3 seasons, the older Star Trek. So I love the Shat, that's what I'm saying. I love his way of acting. We were kind of talking about it, Stephen, weren't we? He kind of speaks like that.
Yeah.
He kind of stalks and then pauses.
Yep.
And then speaks. Oh my God.
He's got away, yeah.
He's got away. He's getting this unique way of acting. I love the guy. Been watching him for years. I love his presence on social media, much like you, Stephen. The noise up merchant side of him. He kind of tries to get under Carrie Fisher's skin before she passes away. They're bickering back and forth. Carrie Fisher had his number, incidentally. Now he's trying to do it to Mark Hamill. I'd love to see Mark Hamill in this movie. He's famously having a barbecue with James Gunn. They were neighbours.
Yeah, just before Gunn was kicked off.
Yeah, just before he was kicked off. Hopefully he has managed to sliver his way in and we can get Shat and Hamill together. Maybe playing pirates. Could you imagine them under the same sort of crew and them bickering with each other? It'd be incredible. Have we ever seen these two legendary guys from 2 legendary movie franchises together? I don't think we have. No. I've not seen them together. So
John, I've seen them in the same room. It's funny, you need to watch it. It's one of those, paying tribute to. I think it was George Lucas. It was one of these ceremonies. And William Shatner came on pretending that he didn't. He thought he was at a Star Trek convention, and when he comes out, Carrie Fisher laughs. Harrison Ford, who's sitting next to George Lucas, he's buckled up. It points to Mark Hamill, and he's like, He doesn't know where to look. I don't know if it's part of the act or not, but it was really funny. And he's just such an incredibly funny guy as well. And as you said, John, I think he's at that stage in his life now.
Yeah, it's like Clint Eastwood. Does not give a fuck. Sometimes he'll say some controversial things, but look, I don't agree with all of them, but you've got to respect the fact that he's at that stage where he just doesn't care. He's ready to die nearly. That's maybe a harsh on him.
I hope not.
He's getting into the formative stages of his life. Is that even right? The latter stages of his life. Yeah. And he doesn't care, really. Everybody at that age just gets that. They just get that don't give a fuck attitude, in a sense, for lack of a better, more smarty pants term
Captain
for it.
Kirk and Star-Lord, yep.
It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Would, yeah.
James Tiberius coming in with Peter Quill. Don't know how they'd make it work, Stephen, but look, if any franchise is going to accommodate Mark Hamill in the Shat, then it's going to be this one within the MCU. It's the only one that can make it work. A franchise that makes a talking raccoon, a talking tree, a fucking character with antlers on her head. Yeah. I want to see it, man. I want to see it happen. I was all for Mark Hamill. I want to see the Shat in as well. Man, you've got Mantis in there as well, you know what I mean? I hate that fucking character. I always forget her name, but I keep remembering it now. Imagine all three fighting for who's the cat. Oh,
that would be amazing.
It's just a shame of not still get Michael Rooker. Imagine Michael Rooker's Yondu, the Shat, Mark Williams. Mark Williams, that's a fucking snooker player. Mark Hamill, and Peter Quill.
I just called Thor Thanos there, so don't worry about it. Big difference. That would be amazing, though, wouldn't it? It would. Fighting over the ship. The other thing as well, I've got to say, I'm looking forward to this volume more than I did the second one for some reason. I think the
second one's team was doomed to fail, wasn't it? It was never going to get to the level.
Shiny people. It was gold people. I didn't like them. But I think because I went into the first one with zero expectations. John, I've said this. You dragged me along to that cinema. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go. And when I came out,
Steve,
I was like, wow, I'm glad I saw that film.
I've not laughed that much in a theatre, ever.
Especially for an MCU film, you didn't expect it, John.
Right from the start.
And I think getting into the second one, I had higher expectations, and it didn't fulfill. It didn't live up to those expectations. So getting into this one, I'm kind of back to where I was before. I'm going, well, I'll just go in and see how it goes. But I think it will be great. I think it will be great.
That name. What a name, man. Van Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Sounds like an 80s glam rock band.
It does, yeah. It does, yeah.
German. Sort of
Kiss.
Yeah, but with a mix of Limmy's band. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Louie Lully, yeah.
Man.
Never
get them.
But we're going to move on, John, to our penultimate topic, as you like to say on the solo shows. I never say that word. I regret saying it now.
You know why I know the word penultimate? Because I'm a huge F1 fan, and back in the day, you're a famous guy, I forget what his name is, commentator, and he always used to say penultimate, get into the penultimate race. So it stuck with me from a little kid, penultimate. It's a great word.
Yeah,
never be ashamed to use it.
I'm never going to use it again. But just before we go into that, John, Guardians Volume 1, I thought it would fail, but boy, it was freaking awesome. Yeah, totally agree with you, Ven Star-Lord.
It had no right succeeding.
No, it didn't.
No right succeeding.
John, this came round about not that long after Dark World, which I thought was such a dreary film. So that came right out. It
needed it. The MCU needed that, Stephen. It needed it. It needed a pure out and out sort of comedy movie, and then we've got it opened the doors for Taika Waititi to come in and do Ragnarok, and now for Love and Thunder. Yep. So the fact that Gunn and Waititi are friends behind the camera, off screen, and he kind of facilitated him coming into this MCU. He's now got a Star Wars movie. I'll be forever grateful to James Gunn for that alone. The fact that he's almost gave Taika Waititi the chance. I don't want to belittle Taika Waititi because he would have always got it. He's a great director.
I might be giving Kevin Feige and the team too much credit here, but do you not think it was an amazing idea to open that part of the universe, the MCU, the sort of cosmic side, with a comedy? It showed they weren't going to take this story and that moment too seriously. But just get like you like these characters and give it a chance instead of going for something really stuffy and serious. I thought they did it well.
And the beauty with James Gunn is, Stephen, it may be comedic in parts, but there's always that, what would you call it, I don't know, complexity to the story. He's almost projecting onto these characters. They've all got a tragedy. Peter Quill loses his mother. Gamora, this relationship with this Titan figure, the mad Titan Thanos, the sister, back and forth. She's almost clutched off of her world as a young kid. She has to fucking look up to this adopted father. Then you've got obviously Rocket Raccoon. I can't even speak tonight. I cannot speak tonight. I'm losing the plot. Rocket Raccoon. It's a raccoon, John. It's a talking raccoon. He says it 5 minutes ago. Also, the almost Wolverine backstory, where he's been experimented on.
Yep.
Groot. They've all got Drax. His fucking family. He's lost his family. They've all got tragedy. So he uses the comedy so well. It's almost like Taika Waititi, incidentally. He uses comedy so well. He can mix it with real heart-wrenching moments. You look at Jojo Rabbit, Stephen, the scene with the mother. You go from Roy Orbison singing Mama in fucking German. It's uplifting to her getting hung. The next scene.
We can't see the screen on Twitch. Oh,
we can't see the screen.
I'm very sorry about that.
I need to have a look at that.
John, but while you have a wee look at that, I'm going to move into the next topic anyway, and it's coming in from IndiaGlitz.com, and it's all about Tilapia v Vijay's Beast to be released on a festive date. Now, this hasn't been confirmed, so it's just talk at the moment, but I'll read this article, John, because as we know, India Glitz is a very good website, and it's very short and in sync with their purpose and what their story is all about. But Tilapia v Vijay is busy shooting for his upcoming film Beast. The team dropped the first look poster recently. It received an overwhelming response from fans and got over 270,000 plus likes within a few hours. I watched that, John. It was incredible, the amount of attention that was getting.
Don't know what's going on Twitch, Stephen. It says we're offline.
Yeah, we'll
sorry about that, Nate Scraps, man. I don't know.
We are on YouTube. If you go to Movie Burner Entertainment, you can find us on YouTube.
Don't know what's going on there.
We are live and interactive. Tilapia v Vijay and lead lady Pooja Hedge shot for a peppy song choreographed by Jana Master recently. The shooting of this film is going in full swing in and around Chennai. The latest buzz about this film states that the first single of Beast is likely to be released on October 16th, which marks the birthday of music director Anurag Ravi Chandler. The team is planning to wrap the shooting before October, and the film is expected to hit the theatres for a mega pongo release. And I'll just scroll down past that magnificent poster that was released last month. The film is directed by Nelson Dilip Kumar and bankrolled by Kalanthari Maran under the banner Sun Pictures. The film also features Yogi Babu, Shine Tom Chacko, Aparna Das, VTV Ganesh and Redden Kingsley in supporting roles. John, the date they were obviously talking about for this was let me just bring this up because it's very interesting. It's the latest buzz about the film states that the first single of Beast is likely to be released on October 16th, which marks the birthday of music director Anurag Ravi Chandler, and the team is planning to wrap the shooting before October, and the film is expected to hit the theatres for a mega pongo release. Now, John, I'm just reading that part again because that's the part that's the most important about this. We were talking about it maybe a couple of weeks ago, might have been a bit longer. I think it's maybe just when the film got its official title. When this film is going to be released, was it going to be at the tail end of this year or the beginning of next year, just like they did with Master? It was the early months of 2021, but it looks like it's going to be round about October time. John, are you excited about this?
See, I'm always excited about a Tilapia movie, as we were speaking about with Ruth. We almost feel that we're blessed now to be getting into Indian cinema when we are, because Tilapia's just going from strength to strength in his late 40s.
Yeah.
And we says that we kind of missed out in these other big releases, and there's this almost communal spirit to this guy's releases. Everybody gets excited, they get behind it. There's a huge buzz around individual little moments, sort of behind the scene making of Vafi Coming, for instance. Vafi Coming itself dropped before the movie. Yeah. Just so many good things. Also, the end sequences or the cut out sequence as well about the empowering women. So I'm glad to see that we're now part of this. We're fans of this guy. We've watched about 7 or 8 of his movies now.
Yeah.
We're now getting the buzz for this movie, Tilapia 65 Beast. So it doesn't really matter to me when it comes out, Stephen. We've got Von I can't fucking read. Van Starlord. Yeah. He thinks it'll be the January 14th, 2022 release.
Ponga was Jan 14th.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's a possibility, man. It is a possibility. Is this the one that we were talking about that we're kind of trying to time the release for Avichandra? I can't even speak. Ravi Chandra's birthday. Was this the same one, or is this?
I'm not sure, John.
I think it is, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but that would make sense.
Hannah Rood Ravichandra's.
Did Master come out in January time, February time? So
it came out round about the beginning of this year. Yes, it did. It was an early year release. Because I think we need to go back and check when we reviewed it, but yeah, we reviewed it pretty shortly after it came out.
Yeah.
Not Scraps is saying, do you guys know what backrooms are? Not got a clue. Not got a clue, man. What backrooms are? I don't know if I want to know. It sounds like a dodgy porno or something like that, man. Maybe you can fill us in what it is. Hopefully it's not something dodgy. Not got a clue what it is though, man. I'll search it up if I'm intrigued.
I wouldn't.
I've searched some interesting things up before, believe me. Red Stool, I think that was Trisha actually, it wasn't me. Searched that on my phone, incidentally.
It was more IKEA based Red Stool.
Yeah, it was Red Stools from IKEA, but she left it in Google, and it was some interesting on my phone, incidentally. I've not forgot that 10 years later or something like that. But yeah, man, it doesn't really matter when this comes out, Stephen. I'm just looking forward to the first trailer to get a vibe of the actual movie. I know they're having issues over in India because of the pandemic. He's cancelled the Northern Indian shoots and condensed it all into Chennai, so they'll get along at a fair pace, I'm sure. Again, we spoke about the humanity of the guy. He cares about people in his crew and his cast. He's not going to endanger them by taking them up to a COVID hotspot.
Exactly, so
we'll get the trailer when we get it. The movie will get finished when it gets finished, and we'll get the release when we get it.
I can't wait to just get a feel for this film.
Well, Steve, we got the feel with it, that right there. I mean, we'll bring it up. You're going to be on the screen, I'm not. You get the feel with the photograph. He's on the run. He's a con artist, isn't he, on the run?
Yeah.
You've got the helicopter behind him. He's got a fucking shotgun with a scope on it. And again, he's wearing the shirt. He's got his vest, trademark vest. He always has that. No gum for now, but he's just a cool guy, man.
A cigarette? I'm not sure of what's in his mouth.
I don't know what it is in his mouth because my eyesight's not good enough, sadly. But he did have a cigarette moving the one we recently watched, so Fear of My Eyes. So we know we're going to get this guy's charisma. We know we're going to get a great performance from him. It's a given at this stage. We've watched a lot of his movies. We've seen one which was probably under average, but his performance was still incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
So we know we're getting a great performance from Tara Paffy. It's how the other moving parts work, and we know we're getting a good score as well because I read that Ravichandra's in there, and we know he's good because he did Master.
Yeah.
So there's always a bit of a risk with this movie, Stephen. It's an up-and-coming director. He's given him a chance. He did that with Fear of My Eyes as well, because that was his first director. His first directing gig, in a sense, I should say. So there's risk, but I think it will pay off. I'm sure it will.
I just can't wait, John.
Better.
And unlike a lot of reaction channels,
I'm on the fucking screen. I didn't even split the screen. I didn't realise I was on the screen.
You were talking anyway. I wasn't talking.
I pressed the wrong
fucking
scene change.
Like most anyone that watches us will know, we're genuine fans of Tilapia Vijay, and as you said, John, we've already reviewed about 7 or 8 of these movies, and we are going back to doing a lot more going forward. Yeah, if that makes sense. I want to do Giggly, I think it is next. We talked about that after we came off line when we were talking to Ruth after the.
There's a couple of other ones
after the show on Friday, and a lot of people don't like it, but I don't
Ruth
mind.
says there's a lot of ones that have been under the radar that perhaps people won't expect us to review or even watch because they think it's maybe a Western or each one connect with it.
That was the thing I was going to ask. Single, does that mean trailer? I don't know what that means. Aaron birthday.
Well, he's the composer, so it may be music related.
Single, it could be, like a promotion,
Could be because we got that Master Blaster and stuff like that. Just audio releases.
Yeah, well, that would make sense then. You know, if they do that single release on his birthday, and the film may release by January, that would make sense to me.
Well, they tend to do that, Stephen, because they kind of combined Tara Paffy's birthday with a motion poster. Yeah. Well, it wasn't a motion poster, just a poster.
Just a poster, John, and then a second poster,
So, it would make sense. Yeah.
Sort of John, the promotion, you've got to commend them for the promotion of this next film as well.
Steve, I've said it time and again, Indian promotion and building up to movies is far superior to Western. The way they use just still images, slow-mo shots from motion posters, musical releases, they just know how to build a music and hype it, or build a film and hype it up to hell.
John, that's a very good question from Vince Starlord as well. I just want to know who's playing the main antagonist in Beast opposite Vijay. That's a great question.
It's sad it's not going to be Vijay Sethupathi because I did hear that he's potentially starring in Vikram with Kamal Hussain.
Oh, that's
Kamal
going to be
Hussain,
great
I should
as well.
say. Yeah. There was talk that he was waiting on a phone call, so I want to see him in that movie. That's another one.
I'm kind of glad it's not, John, because it would put too close off the back of Master as well. I want to see both Vijay Sethupathi and Talapi Vijay working again at some point, but I think maybe too soon off the back of the last film. Two of them work well, great friends as well by all accounts. So I think they will do another film together.
Everyone in the South India, and we know further afield as well, because we've seen Shah Rukh Khan. I think they have a respect for Talapi and what he's done for that industry. I'm not saying it's just him, because also we're aware of Tala Ajif and stuff like that now, and other big names.
This is what I love about
this. Malayalam, isn't
it? Our community keeps our fingers on the pulse with different actors and performers that we don't know. It's them, it's you guys that are guiding us and educating us. We wouldn't have found out about these guys, Talapi Vijay, if it wasn't for you guys.
Stephen,
so we really do appreciate
my knowledge
it.
now in Indian cinema is grown bit by bit. I'm nowhere near the likes of Ruth, who's just come into the chat.
Hi Ruth.
Nowhere near. But I'm impressed with what I actually know now. It's unbelievable, because 6 months ago I didn't have a clue.
Ruth is actually saying yes, they usually do an audio launch of the songs as part of the advertising campaign for highly anticipated movies, and Vince Starlord says at Sun Pictures the freaking promos they do is unimaginable.
Need to look into them,
because
I'm blown away by the motion posters. I think it was I always forget it. Is it Ramye said Sadye? I'm making that up completely. It
Maybe
was
Prabhas. Was that? Yeah.
Prabhas. There was a motion poster that was going through a train.
Oh, it was a train, yeah.
And he was hanging out with a lot of women.
Yeah.
And it was just the way they were billowing in the wind. A great motion poster. We've seen it with
That was
R.
our first motion poster, and it blew me away. The concept and the idea of a motion poster doesn't really excite me until I see one. And that was our first experience. I thought, how do you react to this? Then when I saw it, I went, that's stunning. It's art in itself.
But my favourite one is SS Rajamouli's R with Ajay Devgan.
And
it's all the guys surrounding him with the weapons.
It's
just unbelievable, Stephen. The slow-mo shot. And we did the R roars reaction. One thing that blows my mind with SS Rajamouli, I know a lot of people poke fun at him and say that his movies aren't maybe, I don't know. Radhi Shyam, I was about to search it up. Radhi Shyam. Unbelievable motion poster. But one thing about SS Rajamouli, his technical stuff is unreal, man. His slow-mo shots, his close-ups, just the way he captures action. We've seen that in Baahubali 1 and 2. Unbelievable. And I've seen that already in the it was two split character trailers, wasn't it? Little introductions to the characters. I can't recall the actual name of the two characters. But the way you see it from the trailers, you see it from the motion poster, what this guy brings on a technical level to movies, he's unreal.
John,
unbelievable.
We're actually going to move on to that now as our final topic.
See, I'm just on the post tonight, Steve. I can't speak English, but I'm transitioning unreal.
I was going to say, you make my job easier as
can't speak English, but
this is
fucking transitioning.
This is coming in from
IndianExpress.com.
And as you mentioned, John, we have done the trailer reaction to that film R, which is going to be on our channel very, very soon, so please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will know when it drops.
Well, I'm not doing weight training, so it will be up.
Roar of R, SS Rajamouli promises to outdo Baahubali success. Wow, what
that's a big claim.
Confirms October release for Ram Charan-Jr NTR movie. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. I'm always is it Junior or JR? I'm not really sure.
It's definitely Junior, because there's a senior NTR. I'm pretty damn sure we spoke about that. But Steve reacted to one of his videos as well. He's an incredible dancer. Unbelievable.
Outstanding, John. But director SS Rajamouli, on Thursday released a behind-the-scenes video of his upcoming magnum opus R. A little over a minute, the montage video gives us a glimpse of the scale and scope of the big-ticket period drama. I certainly got that in that clip. From Rajamouli, directing British actor Olivia Morris, Hollywood actor Ray Stevenson and Irish actor Alison Doody, to staging spectacular action set pieces, Rajamouli seems to have pulled no punches to make sure he outdoes the success of his previous film Baahubali, the conclusion with this Jr NTR Ram Charan film. It also stars Alia Bhatt and Ajay Devgan in important roles. It seems a bit difficult for the filmmakers to stick to their original plans owing to the further delay in production caused by the devastating second wave of the coronavirus. However, the R promo has promised the filmmakers have no plans to change the release date from October 13th. John, do you think he can outdo the success of his previous film Baahubali, the conclusion, which is one of my favourite films I've seen so far?
Stephen, I think you can, Junior NTR.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Because I've just searched now. He did. I think it was 3 NTRs from what I've read. NTR, son of NTR, father of Junior NTR. So I think it was free, and I think sadly his father passed away in 2018 of a road accident, so that's sad to hear.
Oh dear.
But yeah, man, you can see what this guy brings as well, Stephen. We says it time and again when we watch these Indian movies, I can only think of maybe 3 actors over here who are as equally and multi-talented. Equally as multi-talented, I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah, you know what I mean. Who are equal in their ability to do many things, sing, dance, act, and that would probably be Hugh Jackman, Taron Egerton, and Zac Efron. But over in India, man, you've got so many great actors who can do it all. Telepathy, Allu Arjun, Junior NTR. I'm not going to say Shahrukh Khan. Was it Shahrukh? No, not Shahrukh Khan. Salman Khan, because he gets slaughtered for remaking an Allu Arjun song. But man, we know he's got talent. That's what I'm saying. So, but that's got nothing to do with the question you asked me, Stephen. Do I think he can overshoot maybe what he did with Baahubali with this Triple R movie? Well, Stephen, from what I've seen of the trailers, from what I've seen of the scope of it, the concept of these two guys coming from 2 different walks of life and fighting for freedom. I think it was the Independence War against the British Army. I don't know what the fuck that war is called, incidentally, because I am completely ignorant, so I'm not even going to try and make it up. But they try to fight for their independence from the British Empire, tyrannical shit stain of an empire that we don't even like, incidentally. But
wow.
What's that? Rajamouli says he will do it. He made a film in which a fly takes revenge. Is that true? I need to look at that, man. That sounds interesting.
Wow.
That sounds like bugs or ants.
Yeah.
What was that film? Was it Bugs Life and Ants?
Bugs Life, and Ants.
Maybe animate that and it would do very well over here, because we like that kind of shite over here.
Yeah.
Not saying it's shite, it may be absolutely incredible. You can tell us down below if it is incredible. But look, man, what I'm saying is this guy, we've seen what he can do with Baahubali 1 and 2, Steve. We know the scope, we know his technical and gift, and we've seen in that little clip the way he's organising things. He's a continual presence. Yeah. We know he can do these big movies. We know he can make a success of them, because Baahubali, they were queued around the corner for that. And we spoke about an article, Stephen, suggesting we may not ever get back to that after this pandemic. People queuing around the corner for these kind of movies. I think he could probably do it, Stephen. I like the look of this movie, man. I like the look of the concept of these two guys, the artistry. It looks fucking incredible to me. And the way they're building the anticipation, I absolutely think he could outdo Baahubali 1 and 2. For me, Baahubali, the conclusion was better than the beginning. Because it was Rana Dagabati really playing up to the villain.
The beginning, though. It was the planting of the seeds for the payoff, John. I remember watching the conclusion thinking, you know, this is the moment I've been waiting for. You know, I've committed to that first movie, really enjoyed it, but they're going to really have to work their socks off to really hit the nail on the head with this conclusion. They did it. They did it with
incidentally,
ease.
I don't know if you know, but if you can comment down below, there was a Rana Dagabati movie where he lost a ridiculous amount of weight for the role, and people were actually concerned. It was around about the same time. I don't know if it was around about this. It was after Chadwick Boseman. People were showing concern about his weight loss, but he'd done it for a movie. I want to know what that movie is, because he put all the weight back on for Baahubali, the conclusion. I'd love to know what that movie is.
So The Fly That Takes Revenge, is that the name of the film?
It's Iga, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And Ruth says it's fabulous, so maybe need to watch that.
Yeah,
because I love this guy's style of filmmaking. I just love the technical ability he's got, the way he makes
John,
movies
how
pop.
many times when we're talking about Baahubali, that sequence with the sheets, the fire on the sheets when they're going to battle?
Steve, there's so many moments in it. The moment where he's kind of stalking the woman, I forget her name now, and he's under the water and it's a slow-mo super close-up. It's as if he shoots it in 240 frames and slows it right all the way down, and it's beautiful. It's poetry in motion. And then the sequence, my favourite sequence in the whole movie, it's when Mahendra gets tossed the sword by Katapa, and he jumps and he's ready to take down Balala Deva. Unfucking believable moment.
John. The other thing about Rajamouli as well that we've not mentioned is he's meticulous, you know, and you see that. I don't want to say too much because we've done a reaction to the behind the scenes trailer, but that's what you notice in this video clip. It's very frenetic, this video clip. I think it's a minute long, it says in the article. It probably is about a minute long. It felt like it, and it moves very quickly, but it's just his precision. You see that in the detail.
He's working things out. Steve, amazing. You can see why he makes his movies the way he does, because everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet. It's almost like the late great James Brown, what he used to do with his band. Tight as fuck. He'd actually fine them if they missed a beat. He's tight, man. You need a tight operation to make these kind of movies. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Really, really excited. It's just mastery, the way they're promoting this movie, man. The way they promote all movies. beast, triple R. We should watch Rajamouli's Chhatrapati. I can't read that. Sorry, I'm half blind. I'm half blind from
Prabhas,
here. With Prabhas, I love Prabhas as well. He's unreal.
Prabhas, yeah.
So that'd be interesting. We've only really watched 2 movies with Prabhas.
And it's crazy, John. He's
an absolute star, man. He's a pan-Indian star by all accounts. And everything I've looked at with this guy, an absolute. You talk about telepathy, man, being a fucking presence. Prabhas, man, I think he's like 6 foot. Just an absolute unit. A unit of a guy, just chiselled. Although, to be fair, Rana Dagabati had a better physique, but we'll get into that at some other point, I'm absolutely certain. And Sai, which is an ensemble cast. Need to look at them, man. Need to look at them all. I love Rajamouli. I think he's brilliant from what I've seen. And for this movie as well. I'm really excited for it, man. Really excited to see this movie. Excited. Telepathy Vijay, welcome. Thank you for coming in. We love Telepathy in here. Absolutely love him. We've watched a lot of the guy's movies. And it's not just his movies and what he brings. I keep saying it again. It's the humanity of the guy. It's just so tangible. You can see what he brings, man. You can see the respect he has from thousands of fans all over the world. But that's going to round the show up, man. I'm talking a load of crap here, so you'll want me off the screen ASAP. What do you make about the topics that we have touched upon? What do you think about that headline regarding Colin Farrell admitting that he has only 9 minutes of screen time in the Batman? My light's flickering. It's telling me to get to
that's the bat signal.
The bat signal, perfect timing. 9 minutes of screen time. Do you think that's enough for him to work his magic? Do you think that's enough for the Penguin in a movie like this? What's your thoughts now? You can comment below. What do you make about the other topics that I quite frankly can't remember now? And finally, Triple R and Beast. I can't remember his name, I'm not going to lie, man.
Indiana Jones.
That's the one.
Antonio
Banderas joining Indiana Jones. What did you make about that? There was another one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I put him in the spot now.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
William Shatner. The Shat should join Guardians Volume 3. This is what happens when you're doing live shows, man. It's so warm in here. It was actually that warm that I get heat rashes.
My face is so shiny, I'm like Bob Monkhouse.
Unbelievable. And as you can see, I've got an ice burn.
Yeah,
26 degrees in Glasgow. 26 degrees in Glasgow. You've no idea how fucking warm that is, man. That is like unbelievable heat waves in Scotland. And I've got a fucking ice burn because my dog tried to Glasgow kiss me. Search up a Glasgow kiss and I applied ice and burnt my face. I think Rana Dagabati shed his away for the film Aranya. I need to look at that, man.
That might have been the question, John, you were asking.
Yeah, it was. It was which movie. When you're showing that dedication for a role, there must be something special in the script. So, and I love that guy in that movie as well. So I'll need to watch that. I'll write that down at the end of the show and have a look for that as well because he looks brilliant, man.
Yeah,
absolute unit as well. Let's go around the show up though, man. If you've got anything to share at all, you can put it down below in the comment section. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the follow button over on Twitch if you want to see more content like this in the future, and you will get it, guys. Thanks for the comments, incidentally. But look, until then, me and Stephen are done. Bye bye. Shoot him, Gavin. Boom. We are not Rangers fans, no. That is probably one of the worst things you could say to us. We are Celtic fans. I simply had to take the end credit scene off just to answer that there. 2 seconds, I'll be back. I'll show you what a fan I am. 2 seconds. Bye, guys. Thank God I'm a Celtic. You're a fucking good guy. Well done. You're a good guy. Welcome back anytime, man. Celtic are the best. Rangers had one good year. We're the fucking best. By far the best team. See you later, guys.